Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
What's up, everybody? I'm JT Magnum, and welcome to Niner News. Now, I apologize for not making a video on the San Francisco 49er game against the Oakland Raiders that they lost last week. I was so pissed off. I gotta admit to you guys, I was so mad. I was so upset that I was gonna make a video, but I couldn't because I was just infuriated by the way the offense did not do a thing and how Colin Kaepernick played. And I was disappointed in the defense not being able to stop the team on third downs, and it was just frustrating. I was just really frustrated, but that's over with now. And last night's game was even more infuriating, dealing with what happened in that game. But the 49ers lost to the Seahawks 17-7, and the defense once again came to play. I don't know if anybody realizes this, but the 49ers played the Seahawks twice. In a total of 2 games, they allowed 36 points. 36 points. That's it. One would think if you allow 36 points in 2 games, you would win those games. But no, the 49ers couldn't score. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything in 2 games against the Hawks. You know, revamped offense, supposed to be so good. You know, got all these receivers, and, you know, they had a chance to draft so many good wide receivers. Not Mike Evans, but Odell Beckham. They could have moved up and got him. They had a chance to move up and get other people. They could have drafted Jordan Matthews. They could have drafted so many promising receivers that are in the NFL right now just killing it for other teams. But yet the 49ers decided to go the other route and then waited till the 4th round to draft Bruce Ellington. And it's like, why? You know, I don't mind Bruce Ellington, but all those receivers went. They were so good. Why didn't they take at least one of them? They could have taken somebody that had some speed and dynamic to the game. But no, they decided to go the other route. It was just frustrating. And not to mention, you know, you can't take it away from them. They played their hearts out. Kaepernick actually played a decent game. I know it didn't look like it at the end, but he played his heart out, and you could tell he really wanted to win that game. But at the end, they weren't given a chance to. Why? Ed Hochuli. My goodness, these calls have got to stop. It is so frustrating to watch. And I keep talking about it all year long. I've said all year long how we've gotten robbed from games, how they, you know, just taken out of games because of calls. You know, we're in the game, next thing you know, these calls are just taking us out, and it's already enough that we can't score on offense, that we're having problems on offense, but now it's referees throwing flags from stuff that they think or they felt that happened. Ed Hochuli had the nerve to say, I felt like he hit him with the crown of his helmet. You felt like it? So in the picture of him, he's looking to see the play. He can't even see the play. He can't even barely see what's going on, but he still threw the flag because he felt like Nick Moody hit Russell Wilson with the crown of his helmet. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? And now today, Dean Blandino, Vice President of Officiating for the NFL, apologized again to the 49ers, saying that he felt that was wrong call. He said it was the wrong call, period, and that, you know, Nick Moody did everything he did. Everything Nick Moody did on that tackle was correct. There's pictures of Nick Moody doing it. I'll show you. I wish I could show you the video, but every time I put up video now, they flag me, so I can't really put up video to show it, but I can put up pictures. But it's so annoying, and I'll let you listen to Dean Blandino right here. Here, I'll let you listen to it real quick, okay?
Passer call on the 49ers, Nick Moody against Russell Wilson on a 3rd down play that was an incompletion. Was this the correct call on the field?
You know, in looking at it, it was not. The rule protects a passer from 2 types of hits: hits to the head or neck, or hits with the crown or the forehead, which is just below the crown part of the helmet. And that's what the referee called the hairline. It's close, but when you look at it on tape, Moody's head is up. He hits with more of the side and the face mask to the body of the quarterback. And so, in our review, with the ability to look at it in slow motion, it's not a foul.
The video kind of shows Ed Hochuli throwing the flag, but it didn't look like he may have had the best perspective on that hit there from Moody. When a referee is unable to have the angle to really make a definitive call, what are the mechanics for throwing the flag in that situation?
Well, certainly if he doesn't see the whole action, we don't want him to throw the flag. And Ed was getting into position, and he saw him, or what he thought he saw, ducking the head and making the contact. And so he wouldn't throw the flag if he didn't see it. But it obviously happens quick at full speed, and he doesn't have the benefit of the slow motion replays that we all do after the fact.
All right, NFL VP of Officiating, Dean Blandino, joining us this morning on NFL AM. Thanks for being with us once again.
Now that you heard it from Dean Blandino, and that wasn't even the only call. There was another call, actually, that gave the Seahawks 3 points, and that was at the beginning of the game. That was when Eric Reid hit Paul Richardson over the middle of the field. Now, the outside hitting on the out of bounds thing, that was completely correct. Man, I don't know what Eric Reid was thinking, but he hit him out of bounds, and that was just stupid when he hit Doug Baldwin. But the play when he hit Paul Richardson, he let him with his shoulder. Paul Richardson ducked down. What are you supposed to do when you're Eric Reid and you're lowering yourself? And he actually raised himself up and hit him with his shoulder, and Paul Richardson ducked down and ducked down into him. What is he supposed to do? How can you say that it's hitting a defenseless receiver and helmet to helmet when the receiver's the one who ducked down into him? The receiver ducked down, took the hit, and he fell backwards. And because Paul Richardson's like 5'9" or 5'10" or whatever, and Eric Reid's like 6'3" and like 2 something, he's obviously a big boy, and he hit him hard enough where he fell backwards. It looked more vicious than it actually was. Of course, they throw the flag. It's like, and then plays after that, Garrett Selleck catches a 31-yard pass from Colin Kaepernick. Richard Sherman hits him helmet to helmet. Helmet to helmet on the sideline, literally helmet to helmet. And what happens? No flag, nothing. You know why? Because Garrett Selleck's bigger than Richard Sherman, and he took the hit. But yet, that was a hit on the defenseless receiver. He caught the ball and it gets leveled by Richard Sherman and helmet to helmet, but yet no call. Why is it that they can never figure it out? It has to be a small guy that gets hit, so you throw the flag for him? That's bullcrap. And that's the same thing that happened to Russell Wilson. He's a small dude. Nick Moody's bigger. Nick Moody hit him in the stomach and put his head up, tackled him correctly. He actually let in with his hand first because he didn't want to hit him, so he actually let in with his left hand, pushed him and hit him with his helmet. Not really his helmet, but his face was sticking up, and he calls a flag for that. And that cost the 49ers 3 points plus the 7 points that was right there. I mean, now let me get one thing straight. I still don't think the 49ers would have won. I still don't think the 49ers would have won. So Seattle fans, if you come on here and you're like, oh, quit whining, you 40 whining, blah, 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 I don't care. I don't think we would have won. I think your team is better. Why? The 49ers have a host of injuries this year, which is ridiculous, which I'll get into in a second, but the offense was so horrible, I don't think they would have scored against that Seattle defense. Seattle defense is amazing. They're playing lights out football right now. They're great. They're a great squad, and I take nothing. I respect Seattle's squad completely. I do. But what I'm pissed about is that we didn't get at least a fighting chance to win. We didn't get the chance or the opportunity to try to win at the end. And it takes away from a great hard-fought game between both teams when one team is basically given 10 points and the other team has to suffer from it. And to me, that's just flat-out bullcrap. It's bullcrap. And that's what I'm mad at. So if you ask me, I just think refereeing in this league is just bogus. They need to change rules, figure it out, or like I said before, have it where you can challenge referees' calls. You should be able to challenge refs' calls throughout the game. And when they're found accountable and that Dean Blandino sees something, he should be able to call down and say, you got the call wrong, reverse it. Figure it out or take it back, take that flag back and reverse it. Stop the game for 5 seconds or whatever it takes to call down to a ref and to tell them to reverse the call. It's simple as that. It's not even that hard to do. They do it now for reviewing turnovers and stuff like that. They review touchdowns. Well, then do the same thing for reversing calls like that. They should be able to call down, stop the game, and do that really quick and reverse the call, because they need to start getting these things right because they're determining outcomes of games. The 49ers have had it happen to them at least 4 or 5 times this year, and it's getting quite annoying. It's getting quite, as a fan, and it's not just the 49ers. I watch other games too, and other games I watch, oh my goodness, I've seen other teams get just taken out of a game because of it. And I've seen other teams just lose because of it. And it's when refs start determining outcomes of games, they've gone too far. And that's what I think is happening. So, I don't know. But kudos to Dean Blandino for saying that today. I'm very proud of him. And I'm glad he actually owned up to a ref's mistake. And that was really cool of him. But this stuff's got to stop. It's got to stop. It's ridiculous now. Now, as for the 49ers, I'm going to talk a little bit next week and this week maybe about what I think should happen to the team and what I think should go on with Harbaugh and this and that, all the stuff like that. But you got to give that defense credit. Now, remember, they're minus Glenn Dorsey, Ian Williams, two basically starters at defensive tackle. They're minus Chris Culliver, Tremaine Brock pretty much the whole year. They've been in and out of the lineup or not playing at all. And they're basically minus two cornerbacks the whole year. Plus Jimmy Ward, who was the nickel corner, who was the rookie promising corner that hasn't really played but, what, 2 or 3 games. So he's out almost pretty much the whole year. That's 3 cornerbacks. They were playing with 2 practice squad players on that game this weekend and still did pretty well. They were minus Patrick Willis for half the year now, Navarro Bowman for the whole year, Alden Smith for 9 games. They were going with a rookie, Chris Borland, and a guy, Michael Wilhoy, who was basically a journeyman player. They hurt, Chris Borland got hurt yesterday. Nick Moody had to come in for him. Michael Wilhoy went down. Antoine Bethea had to move onto the linebacker spot from the safety spot. This team has been injured all year long. I mean, I'm just talking about the defensive side of the ball. If we want to move on to offense, you've had Michael Crabtree, who was injured some of the year. You've had Kasim Osgood, who just got hurt, who's a special teams ace. They had the offensive linemen. They had like 7 different offensive lineman changes because we lost 2 centers. We lost Boone was out for a little bit. We're holding out. Finally came back. Anthony Davis pretty much has not even played this year. It's just been atrocious for injuries this year for the 49ers. And to be quite honest, as much as it hurts that they're not in the playoffs, I'm actually kind of relieved that they're not playing extra games and they can actually get healthy for next year. Because the way this defense has played, they're ranked number 3 in the NFL right now. Number 3. And I just told you all those injuries and all the people that have missed games. And with all that happening, they're still number 3 on defense. Imagine what that team is going to be next year when all their guys are back healthy and we have whoever else we're going to plug in to fill their spots. I can only imagine what the 49ers are going to be like next year on defense. Now, offense, I'm not sure of. I think we need to draft wide receivers. I think we need to get rid of some players. But like I said, I'll get into that another time. But I just want to say hats off to the Seattle Seahawks. You know, they obviously have a great team. And I didn't mean anything by it. No disrespect to them. They beat us twice. They beat us fair and square. But our offense needs to tune up. I know Seattle's defense is good, but we should be able to beat them when we hold them to 19 points and 17 points. We should be able to beat them. So, unfortunately, we didn't. Unfortunately, we obviously are not in the playoffs anymore. And hats off to them. I hope they, I wish them well. I hope they do well. And as for the rest of the year, we'll see what happens with the Niners. We'll see how they finish. But they're playing San Diego and also playing Arizona to finish the season. So let's see how it goes. But I don't know. I hope they actually lose them. I hope they lose them. You know why? Because I want high draft picks. I want wide receivers. I want people. I want people on the 49ers team that are actually going to do well. We'll see what happens. But that's it. Let me know what you guys thought about the game. Let me know what you think about the referees this year, because I swear they have cost us games this year. But, they're just going to keep apologizing to the 49ers. So anyways, JT Magnum for NinerNews. I'm out. Peace.